Hey guys, welcome back to another Space Engineers video. Welcome to the Warfare 2 update. We have just received our second DLC, plus we've gotten some free DLC blocks, such as the railgun, the assault cannon turret, the artillery turret, and their small grid counterparts. Plus we got different grid control. So, from here we can get NPC control turrets or custom controller turrets. So, it's going to be fun to see what we can build. I'm probably going to be working a bit more on the ship this week, seeing how I can integrate these new blocks into the actual ship. But first, let's get some power. Use this small ship as much as we can so we can get rid of it sooner. But I hope you guys will join me on my journey of learning how to use these blocks, because yes, I have looked at the actual keen video of, well, a stream of actually playing with these, but it's always different when doing it yourself, because now you have to understand how it all works. They understand how it works. Now why don't we give it a try? I want to be smart about this. Instead of placing conveyors, let's be smart and use no O2H2 generator. Since it does have a conveyor at the top, putting it down this way means that we have a few O2H2 generators plus conveyor access. I just really want to have some big guns at the front, because who doesn't? Before I started this stream, I was just thinking about how I wanted to see this, like, how good will these just look? Just absolutely a sheer number of them just right at the front of the ship, ready to fire. But they've also got new weapons, so you'll have to be careful of your ships, because now turrets will focus more on subsystems, especially with fighters, so with fighters you won't be torn to shreds as much anymore. But let's see how well armed we are going to be. Place a conveyor junction here first. Place the artillery. Now let's put the assault cannon. It's so nice having different blocks instead of having to always be modded. Because yes, modded blocks are always good, but how helpful are they going to be if you're playing on Xbox, per se? Let's get the refineries to work on some iron. go, now that we've built that, I can chuck hydrogen thrusters. Which thrusters do I want to go with? Let's go with the more. Let's have some older thrusters in here. Actually, no. Well, let's get the new ones, just something different. There we go. Something you will note about the new guns, that they are slow to move, so keep that in mind when you're designing your ships, because if you're going up against fighters or a fast moving target, you ain't gonna do so well. But what do you guys think about the new update? Do you like it, or do you think they could have done something different? Because I quite enjoy what they've done. I did have a small play around just of what they had, and they actually have changed some of the UI stuff to do with the actual game. So as you can see, if you look at my block on the right side, it's actually showing me how many steel plates I have to go for what section. Because in total I have 356 steel plates. I've got that amount put towards everything. So it does need some fine tuning, but it's actually good that they're starting to work on that, because it makes it a lot easier to manage everything. Let's lift it up a little bit and turn it off. But let's try and do something now. We can think about making our own turrets. See if we can get those to work. So what you'll need is an advanced rotor, so you can actually pipe everything, unless you want to do it manually, but who wants to do it manually? I'll most likely just start from small straight up. So now that we got that, let's grab our hinge. see what the weapons look like. Those using small conveyors. Okay. I think I'll put it that way. Whoop. They're not happy. See what the assemblers are at. I guess they need iron, which the refineries are not doing. I'm probably gonna have to grab more iron. So what do you guys think we should put on the turret? Should we put the manual ones? So, go to small grid. We could get the autocannon or the assault cannon. I think I'd like to try out the autocannon. Put one there and one there. When I can, put two underneath there. The NPC controller there should be able to tell what it's doing. But you don't actually just have to make turrets with the AI tracking. You can make all sorts of things, sensors. You can make them do all sorts of things, controlling hangars, controlling all sorts of things. It really does open quite a lot of possibilities for the AI tracking. It depends on how much time you want to spend figuring it out, I guess. Whoop, too much. Yeah. Does provide you with a lot of options, but something that they are trying to implement is subgrid projections. So if that eventually works, you can have all this setup done for you in creative. If you've made a ship before, you don't actually have to do it all again. So that's going to be something that would be pretty nice to have. Do I need to make a jump drive? I need to make a gravity generator. All those those in there and start grabbing the components. But I'm definitely glad that we don't have to use scripts anymore to try and do these subgrid turrets, because those I was never able to figure out how to get to work. So that's always good. Let's chuck the survival kit on the main grid. So now we have pretty much an everlasting survival kit. Don't have to worry about it dying anytime soon. Let's set this thing to be ground down, because I don't exactly want to have it anymore. And it's not going to be lasting much longer anyway, so... see if there's anything loose. Doesn't seem to be. But how about we go grab a whole bunch of iron? Because that is what we're going to need to do quite a lot of everything else. Funny thing was, I went and grabbed some iron beforehand, before actually starting. Oh, that's already gone. Well, let's show one of the new features of the update. So, if you're in a ship and you want to find a grid, as you can see, it finds a circle. If you have missiles, it will actually give you a lead indicator, so you're not actually wasting ammunition. And if I press right mouse, as you can see, it's actually locking on. And from here, now that it's locked on to the target, if I had any missiles or anything, it would actually tell me where to lead it from, depending on how I'm moving. But it does tell you where all the different grids are. It tells you what you're going to target. So that's actually quite a good feature. It is something that is taken from the... what was it called again? It was one of the warfare mods where you could literally tell turrets to target different systems and control it. You could probably still install that and it'll work with the system as well. It'll probably need a bit of an update. But that's something that will possibly be very helpful, because if you want to target certain grids, so say if I want to target that one, lock on, and it tells turrets to all target that. But if you're in a fighter, this system's very helpful, so you can tell with lead indicator. So that's something that's going to be quite helpful for, say, if you're going into a multiplayer server. You're actually going to be able to fight back without wasting missiles, because Missiles aren't the cheapest thing unless you're collecting them from AIs, then that's always good. But if you're playing Worlds by yourself, the NPCs won't currently have the new weapons, so if you want to snipe them from a distance, definitely use it now. Or if you don't want to, don't use it. It's definitely up to you. But it is definitely an option that you could take on board. Unless you have the mod where you give all the modded weapons and they get put onto ships, so. That is always something to keep in mind, but you do have options. Depending on how you want your survival world to go, you do have options. For this one, it's probably going to get more difficult once I get to space, because I'll be getting attacked by Reavers a lot more. So, that's always going to be fun. But once I start making enemies, I'm going to be getting attacked a lot more. Cool, now that we've done a reasonable amount of mining, around what, 500,000 iron or so, let's head back to base and get that starting to get refined, so we can start working on the things we want to work on. I don't like this ship all that much, it's too slow for my liking. Especially for just two. Oh. Ah, landing gear's broken. Oh. Oh, did it go into the voxels? No wonder my Atmos are trying so hard, one of them is out. That's always helpful. But yeah, that's one of the problems. I saw that and didn't think anything of it, and now I'm lost a landing gear and a large Atmo thruster, so yeah, fun. Those will either have to be repaired or the entire ship scrapped, because eventually this entire ship is going to get scrapped, but for now it's probably just going to get repaired so that I can use it a lot easier without having to worry about my thrusts being so minimal. Because I'm only just able to lift myself. As you can see, green is friendly. So, as you can see, I'm locking onto it. I've got full lock. Still there. Until I unlock it. Definitely something handy to help us not waste our rockets or ammunition. Especially when you start out and you don't have much of it. But let's first try and pipe this ship up. Oh god. I went too fast for my liking on that one. One large Atmo makes a big difference. Let's see if that one thruster will be able to push me onto this. Let's see if we can pipe it up. Not there just yet. Looks like it can connect. There we go. Fully locked. There we go, 5,000 iron. That should last me, what, a few minutes? Cool, now that that's done, let's try and empty this connector. Did it get flung? Nope, it's just clanging. Now that we should have iron, the assemblers should be working. There we go. Doing what they need to do. Seems like I did put this one on wrong. I'll have to wait till I can access all the components. Got a seat to sit on. The bridge is starting to come together.
Fuel low.
Yes, it always is. But I got tanks to fill up mine. Let's try and complete this gravity generator. Missing computers. That would be right, wouldn't it? There you go, computers. go, now that that's built, we can go grab our steel plates and place our jump drive. There we go. Let's make a little room underneath the jump drive. Good. Share the inertia tensor. Yeah, that is. Well, it's still shaky. Can't do much when the grid's getting welded, can you? I seem to have placed those ones wrong as well. Velocity of 1. What is this? This is the advanced rotor. So let's call this R. Rotor lock it there. Let's find the hinge. Let's make myself a block to stand on. There we go. Hinge 3x3. Let's see if it's this one. It is. Happening. Let's place that there. Get the auto cannons piped in this way. And this should be my first ever rotor turret. It's ugly, I know. Something basic just to start off with. No, I do not wish to respawn. Let's chuck the controller. Grab the remote control block. Which it won't let me. There we go, got it. We can chuck the camera there. There we go. That's definitely something. Let's get computers on the production line. There we go. Let's see if I can get that to work. So NPC, not M, N, PC controller content. Right. And right side camera. This camera. Target options. Target weapons. Turn that on. I believe that's everything that you need to do. Now we just got a turret that does its job. Now I just need to make ammunition and make a little target for it to shoot. So this needs auto cannon. Railgun. Auto cannon magazine. What would this be? Auto cannon. Let's see if I can make some of these. Now let's go grab some. It's not that expensive. Let's test that out. Need more computers. More and more computers are always needed. I need computers. Make my computers. Transfer to... That's annoying, I can't test it. I guess testing will have to happen in another world. Ah yes, jump drive is up. Now it's just recharging. Now that we have that, we have to pipe those up. Start getting some tanks in here. Some H2 tanks. Chuck some O2 H2 generators over here. The conveyors, so we can get some more tanks. Since this one's going into space, let's get some oxygen ones. Should place a battery in there as well. I could do start doing the nacelles. Need a bit more length to it, so probably adding that there and that there, and working its way through might be a better idea. Yeah, looks right. It's snowing. Is it Christmas? Santa gonna give me the knowledge on how to use these turrets? That definitely looks cool. Would have been cooler if that camera actually moved with the guns. What can you do? Ooh, these ones are operational too. Haha. They're slow but pack a punch. I thought they were about to shoot me again. Well, then. Is this the Terminator, Independence Day, whatever? And they turn against you. Go. What I could do is chuck a large cargo container there. And from here, this room has cargo access. Do a small cargo container. Can't put vents there. Actually, we do it this way. Cover that hole up and that hole up. And get cargo access from the sides, and then vent at the front. Yeah, that works. Let's chuck a large tank in there. Which I feel like touching it that way. Touching it that way. Might be a good idea. Gives it a bit of industrial on the inside. The designs start to come together. But over time you change your mind. We'll see how this design sits, and we'll see how we go with it. At the moment, we have a few basic stuff that we would need. Might have to shorten this down, so that from there it's just half blocks taking up the space and then have conveyors next to it. So from here, using these half blocks, I still have all the space that I do on the inside. But now I have space to, if I want to, chuck conveyors down the hall. I still have walking space, which is always beneficial. Something's falling.
Inventory full.
What fell? Ah, that fell. Wasn't important anyways. Went from there. Must have slid down all the way. But I can't wait to see what happens with these turrets. It's something so different. I'm just curious on how they make them so compact. That's my question. How'd you do it? Tell me your ways. Give me knowledge. Go a bit of an airlock. I think I might put one on the side here too.
Inventory full.
I can do is get the offset ones so I sit inside the armor.
Fuel low.
Oh no.
Fuel critical.
Fill those up. Yeah, that definitely fits. And then the inside doors. Here I can put cargo. From here I'll probably put another O2 H2 generator. How am I going to put it? Actually, let's do something a little different that I don't normally do. Let's block that off. And put doors in here. Meaning that I can put other things in here. Such as cryo. Put that on each side. Where to put a medical bay? What I could do. Does the cryo come with the medical bay? Yes, it does. Put the medical bay there. Still gives me access to a walkway through here. Good, good, good. From here I could make a sort of crew relaxation area. What I need to build is interior blocks to get one more detailing. Plus it just makes the ship lighter. There we go. Well, that's the start of the Warfare 2 update. Started making a bit of progress on the ship. Now that I made the base a bit more autonomous and gave it a lot of iron, the base is almost fully welded up too. But we'll see what happens next time. We'll probably work a bit more on the ship and see what we can possibly get. Possibly working more on the nacelles. We might do something else. That will all come with time and what we might want to do. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, everybody.